Hey everyone, it's LaMont Wheat at Lake August Gardens. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be finishing up some of my pots that need to be planted on the deck. I have selected some beautiful specimens I think that will create a lot of variety and diversity. I think that's so important, especially in an area where you frequent. So whether it's a terrace or a patio or just a little special place in your garden, I think potted plants really make it magical, and having diversity, they actually introduce color in shaded areas, and also you're able to baby them a little bit more. So I'll be doing that today. I'll be getting a pot planted up. I'll show you what I have picked out for this pot and what I have chosen to go with for some height. All right, we're about to get some rain here, so we have removed all the cushions, but this is a pot where we had a tree in it last year that either froze or the majority of it did. So I took it out and I put the root ball in the ground to see if that, if it will regenerate out in the ground. I have pretty much emptied the pot out. Didn't want, oh look, there's a pretty toad on there. I get so easily distracted, but I'll get him out of the way before I get started. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, what I'm going to do in this pot for height is I'm going to use this trellis that I really didn't know where I wanted to use it. It is about 6 foot tall, so once I put it in that pot, it should get up quite a bit. And I think I'm going to put a clematis on it, and then I'll plant the base out with just some color that can take some full sun, because this area gets tons of sun right here. It just comes up and passes right over going east to west to this area. So let me show you what I'm going to be putting in this pot. So it does seem that every year, you know, if you don't re-amend soil in your pots, especially if you are going to replant them, the plants could kind of struggle a little bit. So what I have found is that if I re-amend the soil, especially if I have fully taken a plant out of a pot and I'm going to replant that pot up, is if I add in some really good high nutrient soil, maybe with some compost mixed in, some good maybe peat moss for drainage and moisture retention, the plants just really seem to do much better. So I have, you know, this bin that Joseph and I used when we started our vegetable seeds, and it had some leftover, you know, rich soil that we had mixed together. So I thought I'd get this pot planted up with that first, just so that we can make sure that the plants we put in here get off to a great start. So I'm going to add it in. There is like a fill line in this pot. You want to leave maybe an inch or two at the top of the pot, so when you put your plants in, remember they're usually in pots that could be a few inches you know, big, and you know, they have soil that you additionally will be adding in. So you want to leave space so that, you know, you can get, you know, a significant amount of water in the pot to accommodate all those plants that you will be adding in. So in this pot, we're going to be putting quite a few specimens in, maybe 7 to 10 plants. So I did leave enough space to make sure that once they're in, there's still room for a good soaking in water. And then also, if you want to just add in, you know, soil later on, like as you move into the season, once all the roots are growing together, you have the space to do that. Guys, as you can see, we have this pot pretty full, which I love to have my planters loaded because I want that instant gratification, but then as they grow together, they kind of figure out where they need to go. So let's go over what I will be putting in this planter. So I am adding in a white clematis. It is called Montana grandiflora, and it is pure white. It will bloom late spring to fall to summer. And then I have I'm doing a display in a partial shade garden of salvia. So this has red in it. So I'm doing all purple, but this has 2 plants. So I am going to pop it in. It's a beautiful salvia that have really nice green lush leaves with these nice spikes at the top, and it'll bloom all summer to winter. It will seed as well, so I'll capture some of the seeds and hopefully resow these next year. But I love this purple look and with just a hint of red. And then to the left, you know, they say your pot should be fillers, thrillers, and spillers. So this is a thriller slash spiller, and it is called fan flower. So it blooms pretty much all summer. The hotter it gets, the more blooms it will get. So it'll be spilling here off on the side. In the front, I have nasturtium. I started these from seeds. Not sure what this would be, this color this would be, but they're usually like yellows, oranges, really vibrant colors. Nasturtiums are very nutritious. They're loaded with vitamin C. They're totally edible. You can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers, and you can also eat the seeds. So I'm putting it here because as we make salads and different things, we could pop out during the summer and pinch some leaves off or some of the blooms and add them into our salad. This is a coleus. This variety is actually called stained glasswork. So it's going to just give us a little thrill here in the front next to another spiller which also thrills. It has pink or white blooms. I believe this one is pink. It's called lamium. And then here I have a bella that is at the top, which is kind of like a hibiscus. So it'll get probably up to this first rung. And then on the side, I'm complementing the color with an impatient. So impatiens do like sun, partial shade, partial sun, but I'm putting it here, and I think with the canopy of everything going, it should be fine. I had some here last summer on the deck, and they did absolutely wonderful. So I'll have this off to the side. So that's kind of what we're starting with, and as this grows together, I'll more than likely feed it weekly until we get established and put a drip line on it so that it stays hydrated. But this should be beautiful here all summer and into the fall. Okay, let's go ahead and get it planted. All right, so we've gotten everything planted in the pot. I think it's looking stunning. I love the diversity of color. And I think as we move into the later spring and summer and this all grows together, it should be amazing. We'll get to enjoy the nasturtiums. We'll get to enjoy this vine that's already taking hold here and traveling up this trellis. And, you know, it'll be something we can really enjoy as we sit out here and enjoy the outdoors. We'll have this beautiful display of color inspiring us to go further and further into the mysteries of nature. But yeah, guys, I hope that you continue to follow us here at Lake August Gardens. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so now. Click the bell for notifications, and we will see you in the next video.